Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. I gotta find a contradiction in Victor's testimony. So, I already pressed it all, so let's get into this thing. We gotta prove that his memory is faulty. Phoenix really asked mainly about the free hand thing at the end. Would that be anything? He said he was holding the paper with his right hand and his free hand would have been his left hand. I don't know, does it say anything about his hands? Left eardrum was broken. It's still weird that that's the one that he had the earpiece in. Maybe he was a fake too! Everybody's fakes. Everybody's in disguise. Oh my god. Anyway, oh yeah, present. Don't back out of that. What the hell do I have here? That's relevant at all from him. Just got his autopsy. No. For none of this. Have I looked at this? Yeah, okay, that's that. Coffee cup. I mean, it's... No. That can't be. That doesn't make any sense. Still don't know where his actual medicine is. I was gonna say... just the picture of the cup, you know, the handle's on the right side. So is that trying to imply that he would have picked it up with his right hand? But that's just the picture here. That doesn't mean anything. So... yeah. I don't know, maybe it's a different sentence. She brought it over. Yeah, he was. He had a newspaper in his right hand. I mean, there's that, but Phoenix said we should wait on that, and there's really nothing... It's not relevant. It's not that he's, like, misremembering it, proving his memory's faulty. He just didn't know what they were, because he's an old coot. So it's gotta be this one. I don't know, like, the only thing I can think is the cup, because that's the only thing that would be involving his hands. So, here. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? This was a way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you, nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Which, I'd like to hear that. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand. Apparently I was right. While drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. Oh, 'cause, yeah, it's not just the handle, but there was the little stain on it, and it was on that side, which would mean he was holding it with his right hand. That's right. Got it. What is this, kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. Because honestly, that just looks like, on there, it's such a small little thing, and it's so symmetrical right in the middle, that it looks like it's part of the design. So I forgot for a second that that's what that was. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see. Or he just didn't pick it up by the handle. But he probably did. But how? I mean, I don't know if the cup would have been hot if he touched it. I don't know what the cup's made of. I don't know how that works. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. I want to hear the pigeon song. Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from. What? If you think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. Well, I was going to tell you you're wrong, and now you're mad. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup, I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question, I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. Well, that's irrelevant to your memory. That dead young hotbot. What? Hotbot? You spiky-haired yahoo? Oh, motherfucker called me a yahoo, that is it. I am not an inferior search engine. Or fucking what even Yahoo is at this point. Thank you, old man. Might as well have called me Yoo-hoo, then I'd be a delicious chocolate drink at least. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but... Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Kudo! This is my... Whoa! Okay, you moved fast with that. Jesus. I guess that's how we'll know if we're getting to the end. His coffee count. At some point, we're going to have to push him over the limit, though. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. Then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. Okay. We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. Excuse me. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. Oh, one of those. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. If that's a real thing, I don't know. HD, TV, DVD, CD... All these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth. It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts in good old black and white. All right, now. I only said like 4 things. Be pretty quick. Press them. That is, I would like to bring up the ear injury thing, but maybe that'll be later. That'll be later on in the case. Yeah, all that stuff. None of those. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. I mean, yeah, I got that. I don't need a refresher course, I know. Take your word for it. Alright, so what was he doing? Why was he fiddling? He's a fiddler? On the roof? Seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glenn Elg. He was getting on my nerves, wrestling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all that fuss dying from one sip of Javachino. Jesus, man, you're an ass. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I could have choked. So I take it the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy. Is that what you took from that? Okay. The earpiece you mentioned. Which hand did the victim touch it with? You're one of those people. One of those people who uses his left hand to get things out of his right pocket. Well, fucking... That's just the worst kind of man right there. That's the worst kind of person. Or fastens his left cuff with his right hand. What the... Your left... Like your wrist? Like the cuff? What do you mean cuff? Like on your wrist? Why wouldn't you use your right hand for that? And when the tour guide says, on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah, you're the only one who deliberately looks left. Well, aren't you? Well, no, that's just absurd. No, I didn't mean... Obviously, he used the hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in. Ow. So if he had the HMD on his left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. Not to be so rude about it, man. There's no Wendy Oldbag, but they had to get another annoying old person in here. It looks like he really did see the guy picking the cup up with his left hand. This is a dead end. Well, Nick, what do you think? I think the guy's telling the truth, although nothing would be more annoying that he could do than with her wasting my time with that stupid fucking ray gun thing. Something's not quite right. Then chuck evidence at him until he breaks. But if he's not lying, until his nose pops, throw shit at him until it just bursts. If he's not lying, there won't be any contradictions? Are you trying to tell me something? Are you trying to say that there's no contradictions? That can't be, then there would be no way to continue the game. So, you know... The only thing I could think of from all that was like what I said about his earpiece being on the left side, which is weird because of apparently the eardrum rupture thing, and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to bring that up anytime soon, but that's really the only thing I can think of right now, so we're going to present his face. Or I could have presented the prescription bag shit. There is something very strange... Okay, maybe this... isn't generic dialogue. Maybe I got it right. Maybe you could have done both. You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD? No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Eh? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? You talking to my fur alligator? It is. You call Godot Captain? Pi 3.14? Pigeon. Pretty Pigeon. Is this the song? Is that the pigeon song? Order, order, order. This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot. A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. Again with the mixing of the black and the white. It's just so much. It's so much recently that I can poke fun at. It's too much. This old man is my drop of milk. That's really weird, man. Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. So is he wrong, or is... what's going on here? He used both. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions. The victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the cup. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. Are we gonna go back and forth with the objections like we did before? Oh shit! Yes, we are. Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory was credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. So I feel like we've just kind of been wasting our time. What have we actually accomplished? What have we gotten out of it other than the fact that we shouldn't believe this guy? Seriously? That's how we end it? That this entire fucking, like, hour of examining him, it's been like half an hour, was for naught? Because we've established that he sucks, but that's all. Old fogey! You can't reach me from there, bitch. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. Okay. Well, oh fuck. I was gonna say, I feel like we didn't really get a ton out of this trial in general, but it's still going. God damn it. But I guess that's good. I do want to go to an investigation, get a cyclock, and get my health back. It'd make me feel better. Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. We learned about the apron thing and the medication. That's good. It's good to know. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now. Oh shit, about what? Oh my god. What a last-second reveal. To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. Oh, it is. It's something. I just know it will be. Me, he's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? Did he tell you to call him Captain, or like what's happening there? Alright. Free coffee, he's in. I believe it'll be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet. Much, much quicker. I can't believe this is happening. Ha ha ha, you better get ready, youngster. We really, whatever this is, wish we could have just started with it. But let's see if it's interesting. Yeah, that. He's got one of... Just like how Adrian has an infinite glasses code.
First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javicino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase.
Vase? Okay.
He knocked it right over.
It broke. We just dealt with a broken vase thing in the last case. Let's not repeat that. It was an urn. Same thing.
It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked.
Okay. That's definitely not nothing. But I don't know what it is. It's something, or else this wouldn't have happened, but I'm not sure what that relevance is yet. No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah, so what? That's what I said. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. Excuse me. Very well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please. Okay. I'm going to skip the first statement. I'm just going to get to the vase part, which the first statements will probably be the ones I need to press, because ones I skip, I usually end up having to come back to, but for right now, these seem fine. This is the new information, so let's press there. A vase, you say?
Yes, there are vases on all the tables in that place. They're accidents waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over.
Well, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them, too. Yeah. There was a vase on the table when I ate lunch there. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase.
Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define...
We haven't even really talked about the fact that there was apparently maybe another person there. Like, apparently he saw that. He didn't see anybody. He saw just Glenn by himself, but we've mainly been focusing on this other stuff.
I heard it break, and the sight of it is burned into my memory as clear as day.
I guess just because that's old info from the first trial that they've already gone over. Even though Phoenix wasn't there, we're getting into new stuff. Soaked in water, you mean?
Yes, it splashed me on the knee as well.
Oh my god, not your knee, are you okay? You said you were sitting at a table across the room from the victim, correct? And yet, the water still managed to splash onto you. Oh shit. Were you up there trying to steal the lottery ticket? He could have been, because he's poor, he's looking for jobs, he might have tried to steal the ticket. There's a conspiracy between him and the goth bandage head girl to steal the ticket. She posed as a waitress, and she was gonna poison the man with the cocaine, and then he would steal the lottery ticket. That's what it was. And then the orange man's also involved. You mean the vase on the victim's table falling upside down and breaking?
The vase turned upside down, and my testimony's turning this case upside down. It's a joke. I just wanted everyone to hear it. What do you think, Captain?
I'm impressed by your ability to waste time. Godot hasn't raised any objections for a while now.
So you young show-off, with that scrap of information I'm throwing down the gauntlet. If I lose this one, I'll take it like a man and admit defeat.
He's really giving you the evil eye, Maya. How do you think it's her? It's you he's looking at, Nick, not me. It's like he's saying, I triple dog dare you to find a contradiction, youngin'. I guess I'll just have to rise to the challenge then. Okay. Should I even bother going back and pressing those first two? They really do not seem to matter. Let's get to the part that actually does. About the vase. He knocked it over. Cloth got soaked. See, that makes me think of the lottery tickets. About them getting wet, even more so than, already from the coffee. Which one is the one that we have? Is this the winning one? That is the winning one. Okay. But I don't think presenting that right now, that specific one, is relevant. What else we have around here? If I'm right about him wanting to take it, I can't really say that yet. I can't just present the job listings and be like, he's poor, he wanted to take it. That's too big of a jump from here. Eventually, this scooter's gonna have to come into play about some kind of accident that guy was in. Whenever we get to that guy later on, in the later trial, I'm sure. What do we got going on here? Photo. Whoa, the vase is not even fucking tipped over, dude.